Thanks for staying with us. So we saw a tweet that was interesting to us because it brings us to a different conversation about those of us who come back home or who live abroad. So there was a tweet by, I think it was General_Oluchi, that said that I traveled from the US to Lagos, took a flight from Lagos to the east, and hired a taxi from the airport to my hometown. And the first question a relative greeted me with was, this one that you returned to the middle of the year, hope you are well. You should have just sent the money. So according to this person, they came home for a funeral, maybe to show the last respects to a loved one. And they spent quite a bit of money to buy tickets, from Lagos to the States, and from there, take a taxi. And they spent quite a bit of money. And the relatives said, you didn't have to come, just send the money. It is the money we need. Now, this brings to the fore a conversation on how we value lives, number one, and the perception we have of those who live abroad, as if they went there to pick money from the ground. We've also had stories of family members who travel, and the moment they travel, their loved ones believe that, everything is sorted in our family. All the poverty in our world, all the problem with our life has been erased because that person has crossed over from Murtala Mohammed to anywhere. Doesn't even care where the plane is landing. As long as you left Nigeria, our life family has changed.
I blame the people who sell the greener pasture story all the time. When I was a child, you know what we call Lagos in my place? Ewo. That's the privileged or exposed place. People at home will think that when you go to Lagos, you don't work because you don't do the kind of work they do. So they think that they're lesser because they're farmers. But if everybody knows that there's dignity in every kind of work that they do, work now work. Some people can be in Lagos here, they are working to their death. Of course. Stuck in traffic and all of that. It's the same mentality. Somebody goes abroad and you give the impression that we're migrating for better things. Not that no, if you just go there on the streets, you pick money. As in, when that one is coming home, you will not dress humble. You put the pendant, it will be like star, hijab. You give them. You see some people who are in Lagos here, when they work for a full year, they save a full year savings. When they're traveling for December, trying going to this, they will load bags of, that's a year's work. But when you get home, you give them the pressure, that's every day. So well, just go and be working the money and come. Don't even come again.
Don't send them.
People now forget the values of family. You don't want to see your loved one forever. Make it just the same money. So the value of your relationship is about the money they give you. So I don't mind that. I even call her the other day safe. She not even pick. And you think that person's problem stops just because you have your own. We're all human and we lost so much important values.
Everywhere.
Who is this greener pasture thing? Everywhere.
So this is not only a coming from abroad story. Even within Nigeria, you find some people, someone is sick at home and the person is thinking, and they'll say, instead of putting money to get on a bus and come all the way, just send that money instead. It will go a long way. So I've seen situations where a person will decide, see, all I have is the money for transportation to take me there and come back. And if I put this, and when I get there, I won't be able to give them anything. I can only be there, with them. Is that enough? And I find people have that conversation where they're trying to deal with it. Is it better for me to go and see my sick mom or just send her money towards the hospital bill? So that won't happen. But there's others where you would expect that, see, it's not about the money. I just want to see you. I want to feel you. And it also brings me to the sort of sacrifices people make and how we make nonsense of it. She came. She didn't even drop anything. Meanwhile, this one sent us money. That one did not show up. But this one has been there from the beginning of your issues, helping you, being a moral support. Yes, the person doesn't have all the money in the world or any money at all, but the person is there with you when you wake up, when you go to bed, when you're feeling down. The person, you need to speak to someone. The person is there listening. But when they are discussing it, they will talk about how you were there. You did not put any money down. But the one that did not show up sent money. So I'm not making good. So I'm not even making it like maybe the sending money is less of importance than the person who is there. I'm just saying that for whatever you receive, be grateful for it.
We have commercialized relationships. And we have come to a place where every relationship has an economic value. And we look at human beings and we're seeing money as opposed to seeing the human being that they represent, seeing their emotions, feeling the love from them, getting the concern from them. But we have turned human beings to the economic value they are bringing to the table, commercializing every relationship. I also see, what we call, no, it's not extortion, it is entitlement mentality from many people. So I have 5 children. One will become a doctor, you go and work in Canada. One will become a lawyer, will go and work in America. Another one will go to Australia. By the time you are repatriating A, B, C, D for me, I'm sorted. Like, these are not human beings anymore. They are financial investments, commodities, and it is extremely wrong. You should not plan your life around another person's pocket, and you should not plan your future on another human being.